What's happening, guys and girls? Welcome back to the channel and welcome back to yet another iron review. So for you eagle eye watchers out there, I am in the same clothes and I have just tested out and reviewed the P770s. This review is the P7CB. Absolutely thing of beauty. In my opinion, I think I prefer the P770, but Taylormade P7CB, it is it's a beautiful looking head. It's very retro, kind of reminds me of the old sort of RAC irons they used to do back in the day. It's got a slightly thinner sole than the P770. This is the iron which I would imagine a lot of the tour players are going to use this year, certainly going forward throughout the season into next season. Any Taylormade kind of tour pro, I can imagine using these if they're not using the bladed irons. For amateurs and sort of mid-range to lower handicaps, the P770 combo set with this is going to be an absolute winner. I think it not only looks fantastic, they've both got kind of a satin finish. This going sort of 7 iron down to sort of pitch and wedge, and having sort of 6, 5 and 4 irons in the P770 is a really good choice. It's going to give you pretty much forgiveness in that sort of harder end of the bag. Obviously the P770s, if you just watch my video, quite nice high launching, very forgiving. Listen, I can hit just as bad as shots as anyone, and you've have seen that in that video. But yeah, it's a really good looking iron, I've got to say. It's, like I said, it's a satin finish. It's a very similar, same length head in my opinion, from sort of heel to toe. Visually, it looks no different from up here. It only really looks different from the back, that shelf appeal. If you're looking for that kind of retro-y Taylormade head, this is going to be for you all day long. It's absolutely stunning. Almost the top line almost looks a bit thicker on this. I don't know whether it's just me. Honestly, I couldn't tell you. If I looked at both irons from the top first time, I don't think I'd be able to tell you which one's which. Minimal offset, really minimal offset. It's a really nice looking iron. Bottom line, it's a really nice looking iron. So technically this should be fractionally less forgiving. Probably a little bit more playability, so I would expect a few hundred revs of spin more out of this. Let's give it a go. This is actually the first hit, so let's give it a go. Okay, that's interesting. Not my best swing there. Better on the spin, quite out to the right. So first initial feelings on, actually not a bad strike, I just left the face open. This has more of a slower feel off the face. I don't mean it's going to be necessarily less distance. It just feels a little bit, the P770, if you just watch my video, is very fiery off the face, felt forgiving, felt powerful and high launching. This feels a bit more of that kind of player iron. You know, the response you feel off this tells you where the ball's going. I knew as soon as I hit that, it wasn't my best strike and it's gone out to the right. Yeah, ball speed's quite a lot lower. Let's try and get a better strike on this one. See if I can find my swing today. So again, not my best swing, but straight down the middle. That's where I expect this iron to be. All right, and that wasn't my best, admittedly, but more spin, a little bit more spin than the P770s. The ball speed's dropped down a little bit, but that's strike for a 168. So similar numbers than the P770, but just that little bit different. Higher, sort of similar launch, a little bit more spin, certainly a bit more playability. So, you know, for someone who's not struggling for distance, someone who can hit the ball quite well, quite consistently well, this is going to be for you. This will, I think, from sort of scratch golfer all the way up to kind of that sort of 10 handicap. If you're quite consistently playing well and you're a good iron player, this is more for you. Whereas the P770 can do that for both scratch golfers all the way through to kind of up to 20 kind of handicap. That's where the difference is. And it's minor, but that's where the difference is. The thicker sole of the P770, the slightly more forgiving, a little bit quicker off the face, it's going to suit probably your average golfer. Whereas this is going to fit in the hands of someone who's much more consistent with strike. Not bad performance. Listen, I didn't show that my best, but it's gone straight down the middle. Got this in the dynamic gold stiff, 115 gram. Let's try and get a better one. Okay, that felt better. Yeah, there we go. So there is a difference. There's no doubt about it. No doubt about it. The launch is similar. Again, it's come out quite low, that one. Whether that's a bit of an anomaly on the TrackMan, a little bit lower. Ball speed's consistently a few miles per hour slower than the P770. Would I game these? Yeah, absolutely. I think it's a beautiful looking iron. If I had the choice, would I game this over the P770? Probably not. And I only say that purely for the fact that why make it harder on yourself out there? This game's hard enough as it is. P770, in my review, I hit 3 or 4 shots quite differently, especially the first shot of that video. And on an average, it performed better. Now, there'd be a lot more testing. If I was going to get fitted for this, we'd go through shaft options, line, loft options, etc., etc. But so if I was to go into a bit more detail in terms of what I think would be the better head on an average, it would be the P770. In my opinion, listen, if I tested them the other way around, I might say it the other way around. They're that similar. Now, I'm not hitting at my best today. You know, it's cold, it's crappy in the UK right now. But if I was to game out the 2 Taylormade heads, it would be the P770. P7 CBs, great iron, good, looks good. I think it's going to be appealing to the majority. And Taylormade sort of die-hard fans, the guys who want to use the irons that the tour players use, these Fleetwoods, like I said, your Scotty Schefflers, people like that. I think this is going to sell better, although P770 probably should sell better. It's all horses for courses. I just personally think if we can make the game a little bit easier for ourselves, let's do it. P770 offers forgiveness. It offers higher launch. It offers speed off the face and a couple of extra yards. So for me, it's ticking a lot of boxes. I'm going to hit one more, see if I can finish on a good one. The P7CB is a great iron. I think it's a solid sort of 7, 8 out of 10. I just think, for me, P770 just top trumps its big brother. Let's finish on a good one. Yeah, just something missing. I'm not sure what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, please subscribe, please hit that like button, and we'll see you next time. Take care.